everyone, this is Juan Sarmiento and today is Sunday, November the 17th. Okay, so we have a few trades that I set on Friday, but I'm mostly concerned now with those options that were assigned and we ended up with stock, short stock mostly. And I'm going to review each one of the trades so we are very clear about what happened and what we should do next. So let's organize them here alphabetically so we can follow clearly. KBH, and let's go to the Analyze tab. And I'm going to delete everything, so I start from scratch so you can follow along, okay? KBH shows me 300 shares short. If you have an IRA, obviously you can't have this in your account. The simplest thing is to close it before the market opens. I suggest that you look just before the market opens what the bid and ask is and see if you can get a better price than you would than 34.28. Okay, let's go to the Monitor tab. Click on the Monitor, Account Statement. And here you see KBH, and then you set a bunch of days, more than 30 days. I put 130, but just, it doesn't matter. You click here, let's say, click here and say 30, and then I just add 1 point. That's why I did 230, but I'm sure that 440 would be enough. And then it says here, order history. Let's change that to trade history so we know what we did. And we set a short vertical call spread. And let's do the analyze trade. Okay. Now you can see that the 300 shares were assigned because I had 33 calls short expiring last Friday. So we ended up with 300 shares short at the price of $33. But the options here end up as 0, so it's equivalent to us saying analyze the opposite and call this 0. We can't change this anymore because it's already options expired, but we can copy this trade, take it to a word processor, paste it, and then change the price, which is 99, for 00. Just a 0 would do. And then copy that back. Go back to the Analyze tab. Click this icon here and paste it by clicking here. Here. Okay, here it is. It says that it's invalid, but it doesn't matter. It has the trade, even though it says not traded. We don't know that, but it's got a 0 there. So they say analyze trade, and essentially that's what we did. We had the short and the short vertical spread, and now, oops, I deleted it. Let me try that again. Right click and say analyze trade. And here it is. So that is what we did. It says we have illegal shares and we have made $297 today. Well, that's probably not correct, but the stock is trading lower. Let's take a look at the market. Go to the Market Watch tab and make sure you have current account positions. And then look at that over here. It says KBH, and it's got the bid and the ask quite different. It says 32.11 to 37. So it's taking this 32.11 and pretending that that's my price, is the bid. And so that's not accurate. Okay, so we don't really know what's going to happen tomorrow morning. But this is the way we neutralize the what was there minus 0. Okay, and of course we don't have the assigned shares, so you need to add the short shares by clicking on the bid. You can press the control key and click 3 times on the bid. 1, 1, 2, 1, control key, 2 and 3. And what price? Not 32.11. That's why we have such price. We need to short that at 33, which is the price it actually got assigned to. And so our loss is $87. That is real. So let's go to the monitor tab and we look at KBH here. And guess what? $87. So that is correct. So this is actually how things are for me now. You can take a risk graph and see that we are 300 shares short, so that's 300 negative deltas, an $87 loss, and we have the 300 shares to close. Take a look at the chart and perhaps you think that the stock is going down. It may go down, it may go up. In my opinion, it may be correcting and it could go higher again. So I'm going to not wait, complicate matters anymore. I'm just simply going to get out of this trade. How? Just simply close the trade. Create close, buy back the shares, but don't buy them at 37. At best, you should put the price that it was done tomorrow, that was last at the close on Friday. But I would suggest that we wait until tomorrow morning, just before the opening, and we set the price then. Okay, that's what I would do anyway. And send that off. I would modify, you can set it up, and here into the activity position is right there, but before the market opens you might change that price according to the bid and ask. You might change that. Let's take a look at LEN. LEN, Analyze tab. Again, I'm going to delete all this and start over. Go into the Monitor tab, Account Statement, go back 100 and some days, 30 would do enough, and you can see that we have a short call spread for $2.44. My short was 57.5 and we see that the closing price was 59. So what happened there? The short may have expired and the long may have been assigned, which would be long stock, right? Let's take a look. No? Makes little sense. Let me see. I have short. I'm sorry. The price on Friday was above my short. So what happens is, because it's above the price I get assigned, the 62.5 expire worthless, so I end up with 100 shares short. Okay, so I'm going to say I'm going to sell those. Analyze trade. So I sold them at the price that the shorts were, 57.5, the strike price of the shorts. That's what I get assigned. Now I'm going to close the options at a 0 value. Copy that. Let's take it to a word processor just to make sure that we understand that. I have it here, 2.44. I'm going to put simply 0. That's it. Copy that. Take it back. Click on this icon down here. And then on this icon right here, and that copies it. And then analyze trade. And there it is. Okay, so it says that today I made $429. Well, we have to delete, we have to, because I have this should be a short really. There you go. let's hide the position. Okay, that makes more sense. We have a $59 profit. Let's go to the Monitor tab, Account Statement, look for Len, and sure enough, $59 profit. So it was right between the two, enough to give me a little bit of a profit. Okay, so what am I going to do next? Well, all I have to do is buy back those shares. Analyze, opposite, analyze closing, buy 100 shares at whatever the price is at the opening. I'm going to put 59.35, but that would change tomorrow morning before the market opens, and that's the price I would bid, right at the bid price tomorrow. But I will alter it so that it gets filled as soon as possible. I don't wait around with this because I'm simply I'm simply short 100 shares, and I don't want to risk. Tomorrow is the ultimate minute to get it done, so get it done as soon as possible. $59 is your profit. If the stock opens lower, that profit will be higher, but if the stock opens higher, you would lose money. So this is not time to waste. Close it out. You can't hold that short position indefinitely. Your broker will call you sometime tomorrow morning and force you to close it, so you may as well close it right at the opening. Okay, XLP. Let's see what we have here. Show all. 300 shares. Okay, we're gonna do the same thing. Let me close all this so that I can demonstrate to you. And in this process, we learned something. Let's go to the Monitor tab. Account statement, there you go, XLP, and this is the trade. As you can see, it was a call vertical spread. The short was 60 and the long was 62. The 62 expired worthless because the price at the close on Friday was 61.33, and so the 60 calls get assigned. So let's analyze that. We can say analyze closing by, analyze the opposite. Okay, so 300 shares. What price did it get filled? At $60. And we're going to close this vertical spread, analyze opposite, copy that, take it to the word processor, and put 0 instead of 1. Copy that, take it back to the platform, click on this icon, this other icon, and now paste it and analyze trade. There it is. Okay, we can delete the previous because that has a price on it, and here we are. We have a loss of $99. That should be reflected on my Monitor tab. XLP, $99 loss. Cool. All right, so here again, all we have to do is close the analyze trade, and we're going to buy it back at whatever price is tomorrow at the opening, 61.33. Now you might say, would you do at the market price? Perhaps, or you can set it up as limit order if you want. I think that if the spread is like 1 cent, send it out at the market and it gets filled open right away. Don't wait around. And that's the end of that trade for a loss of $99. But if the market gaps up on Monday, that loss could be bigger. So we don't want to sit around waiting until the market rallies. It could rally. Let's look at WDC. Now this is interesting because this was a diagonal. Let's see what we ended up with. Okay, so we end up with 200 positive shares. Those were the short options that I entered. but the long puts are still viable. Let's go to the monitor tab, and here it is. It's a diagonal, was a bullish diagonal, and the stock came down. And so now the short got assigned, not the long. So in this case, all I have to do is select those two and say analyze closing. And that's a covered call. A covered put is essentially what we're going to do. That means we're selling stock and selling option, and that should close the position. Obviously, we got assigned the shares long, so that means let's say that you are a stock trader and you think that the stock could go up from here. You can hold the shares if you wish. Let me just analyze, let's say, okay, we need to assign the shares, so let's go to simulated trades, go on the ask, click once, and control key twice, 200 shares, okay? And the price is 62.55, which matches my short puts. That essentially they expire and I get assigned the shares. I'm wondering here what went on here. You can see that I'm setting a 60 put, 66.5.11, 62. Something is weird here because it's giving me a huge loss that I don't think I have. Yeah, we have to say that we bought this 60 put. And that's a problem because we can't see that. Okay, we are not going to be able to reproduce this. It's showing me a big loss, but let's go to the monitor tab. How much was our real loss? And WDC is 296.89, which is more consistent. Remember that I always told you to our risk should not be any more than $300. So that is consistent with that. My short puts here, and I got a credit of $4.15. I can't reproduce that back. So I can't put that here. So it's unfortunate, but what we're going to do anyway, nothing changes. I'm just simply going to close this position as a cover put. Okay. I can't reproduce the trade because I can't reproduce the short put here. So let's just close this. Analyze closing. Cover put. In a case like this, you have to rely on this P&L year to date. Or if you had kept this up on Friday, you would have done this. Okay, so let's just send this off like now. I don't really want to keep it anymore. But the principle here is you're a contrarian, the stock is beaten down, and you have now long stock and short calls, short put. And you can change this long puts into short calls if you want, and then you have a covered call. if you want to play it that way. Okay, XHB. In this case, I need to do nothing because the 42 and 44 calls are both in the money, so they cancel each other. But as you can see, the P&L was $261. We can go to the monitor tab and $261 is our P&L for the year, if it's your only trade. Let's look at MPC. Here also a credit spread or a short spread. And that's my vertical. As you can see, well, turns out that this is not expired yet, so we can let it ride until Friday. I don't know why I had it here. I was under the impression that it was expiring. Okay, in this case, what I could do is extend this trade. Let me see if it's worth it. You select the two options and then you say, right click and say analyze rolling. And you're doing a vertical roll. That means you keep all the prices, only extend it to, I would say, to December the 27th. That means you're extending your trade for another cycle. And that is going to cost you $58. So your maximum risk is right here. It's $474. Do you really want to add to your loss, potential loss? It's really like a new trade. So you're taking your loss on the other and getting a new trade. Okay, so keep that in mind. Is it worth doing the new trade on December 27, 6062 short call? That you should be analyzing separately. Is it worth doing that? If you want to know how to enter a trade here, go to the date, December 27, 40 days to expiration. Could be more, could be less, depending on your perspective. I have my own. And the trade would be my internet connection is getting really slow, so I'm going to quit this and leave it for another day, okay? But this is something we could do. Roll it over. Let me just check it out anyway. Yeah, this is not going to work. So we could potentially do the rollover, but I'm just going to close the trade, all right? My internet connection is too slow and I can't verify if this is the right trade to do even. Okay, let's call it a day here. I thank you very much for joining me and I'll see you next time. And let me ask you one question. Would you be interested in the course that I'm proposing? I want to see how many people would be interested for me to do that or not. Okay, so please put in the comments below your views about a course for which I would charge money. Okay, so thank you very much for joining me and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
Thank you for joining me for this video. Please be sure to subscribe to this channel by clicking on the subscribe button below. Once you have done that, be sure to also click on the bell so you get a notification of future videos coming up in this channel. Be sure also to click like if you enjoyed this video and feel free to share it with your friends and family. Thank you very much. Don't forget to visit www.putcallgenie.com. Then go and subscribe. You could simply subscribe as a visitor. It is free and you would have access to several videos of interest for traders. You would be directed to this registration page. It is free. Once you have subscribed as a visitor, feel free to go to the tutorials and select the free videos. These are videos of general interest for all traders. Thank you very much.